Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Thank you guys so much for checking out this banger of a video. I would appreciate it a ton before we get into it if you dropped a like on it real quick. Helps out the video and my channel a ton. And consider checking out the first link in the description below, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. Obviously, that's my Twitch channel. I'm going to be streaming there a lot more often in the near future. So check it out. That'd be dope. Let's get into it. But now, here we go. We have the Photoshop version of the bracket. I want to break it down, give my thoughts and opinions on all the games and matchups and stuff, hopefully get your guys' thoughts and opinions as well. And this will probably be put up on YouTube. I'll probably cut it up into clips and stuff, and we'll go from there. But my initial thoughts, this being the bracket. If you're a European fan, about worst case scenario, Damwon is the toughest #1 seed. I think everyone would say at this point they're the hardest first round matchup. And not only that, if Mad Lions does pull off the upset against DK, you know, it's possible. Mad Lions is a very good team in best of fives. They only lost to DK 3-2 at MSI. Who knows? It could happen. Then you're looking ahead to most likely T1, who at this point I think is the second best team in the tournament. So to potentially make it to the finals, you'd have to beat the two best teams in the tournament, and then the finals would probably be the easiest matchup at that point if you are Mad Lions. But man, this world has looked so close. It's looked so competitive. Mad Lions is one of the best team fighting teams in the entire world. You know, expectations have really been thrown out the entire window at this tournament. Everyone has looked beatable. Everyone has looked like there's ways to punish their mistakes and everything, except for DK. I mean, even T1 has looked pretty clean. This is tough for Mad Lions. It's a very tough draw. On the other side, Cloud9. If you're a North American fan, yes, you only have one team, but this is a very good draw for you. Again, when you looked at the three teams, you had T1, RNG, or Gen G as your three potential opponents. Gen G is a 1 seed, even though they went 3-3 in the group stage. I think this is a great draw for Cloud9. And Cloud9 ends up away from Damwon and away from T1. So they have a very winnable matchup in the first round. They have a tougher matchup in the second round against either RNG or EDG. But at least it's not Damwon. At least it's not T1. This is a very good draw. If you're an RNG or EDG fan, again, same thing. You have very easy second round matchups relative to DK against T1. And if you're a T1 fan, this is probably about worst case scenario because you know, you're coming from Korea where Damwon dominated spring split, dominated spring playoffs, dominated summer split, dominated summer playoffs. T1 can beat Damwon, but, you know, it's looking like it's rough. Can C9 beat RNG or EDG, though? I do think C9 can beat them. Yes, I do. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if C9 shows up, plays their best, it's absolutely possible. Again, I've said this before earlier in the stream, Cloud9 does not always show up and play their best. But if they do, you know, Cloud9 been a very up and down, very inconsistent team the whole season. But if Cloud9 do show up at their peak, they can absolutely beat Gen G, RNG, and EDG. It is absolutely possible. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's possible. Could Cloud9 at their peak beat Damwon? I mean, yeah, but probably not. Could they beat T1? Yeah, but probably not. I feel way more comfortable about the left side of this bracket. So now let's get into some picks. Let's start talking about them. If anybody has picks, predictions, anything for any of these matchups, pop them down in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking about this bracket. C9 have the opportunity to make finals. Yeah, I definitely agree. Thanks for stopping by, Octavia. If Mad won it, it could have been all 4 Koreans at one side of the bracket. LOL. Yeah, that would have been interesting. How shit is this format? Germ, what is up? Swisher Sweets, what's going on, man? Plot twist, HLE beats T1 and Mad beats Damwon. That would be pretty crazy. All right, let's get into this. First up, we got RNG against EDG. RNG, I think, you know, looked pretty good, but they didn't look necessarily unstoppable in the group stage or anything like that. But again, it's 2 LPL teams. This is really weird because RNG has looked better at Worlds, but EDG is the LPL champion, so there's, you know, kind of that weird disconnect there between what is going on. Obviously RNG had a much easier group, but they had better results in EDG in a more difficult group. I think this is going to be a tough one. I think it's going to be a banger of a series. I think this is going to be one that's very interesting, very competitive, and very close. But in the end, I am going to be taking RNG 3-2, I think, over EDG. This might change, you know, the next couple of days. I'm going to be thinking about these games a lot. We'll have to see what happens. But for now, I'm going to be taking RNG and moving them on. On the other side, I think one of the, probably the least interesting series out of all these, T1 against Hanwha Life. Hanwha Life's looked fine. They looked okay. Chovi's fun to watch. Deft is fun. But I think T1 looked really, really good in the group stage. I think, obviously, two Korean teams. They know each other very, very well. I think we found out throughout the entire season that T1 is pretty consistently better than them. I am expecting a 3-0 here for T1. And it'll be really, really cool. It'll be fun and exciting to see Faker, moving into the semifinals at Worlds. That's always hype. That's always exciting. So that'll be cool. Next up, let's talk about DK and Matt. I want to talk about C9 and Gen G last. We have DK and Matt. I think this will be a fun one. This is a rematch of the MSI semifinals where DK won 3-2. I think Mad Lions probably gotten better since then. They're a little bit more experienced. They have grown as a team. They've learned some stuff since then. Damwon, was great then. They're great now. They're looking like the scariest team in this tournament. They're 6-0. But if we've learned anything from this day, from this group stage, Mad Lions is always going to fight till the very end. You can never count them out. They're always going to find a way. And I've been saying this the whole time. Mad Lions in the LEC was never that great in best of ones. They were a team that leveled up in best of fives that happened in the spring split, in the summer split, and at MSI. So even though they didn't look necessarily great in the group stage, I think they're going to show up in a big way in the best of fives. And I think if they would have been matched up against anyone else except for Damwon, Mad would be a very, very difficult out, but man, they got a little bit unlucky. This is a very, very tough draw, but I do think and hope that they will put up a fight. I'm going to be taking DK 3-2 over Mad Lions. I think Mad Lions has ways to win, can beat them. One of the just best gritty teams in the world. They are never done. They're down 8,000 gold. They don't care. They're going to scrap. They're going to fight. They're going to make you earn every single victory. And I think they have, the possibility with an aggressive, crazy playstyle to steal some games off DK. But I do think DK in the end is, just going to be a little bit too good, a little bit too strong. Now on the other side here, C9 against Gen G. It's going to be a fun one. Again, this is exactly what I was hoping for as a North American fan. Like I said, Cloud9 can be really good. They can be really bad. But at their best, they're definitely a team who can beat Gen G. Cloud9 was in a very, very tough group, and they went 2-4. Gen G was in a tough group as well, but they only went 3-3. They are a 1 seed that went 3-3. I don't think we've ever seen that in the history of Worlds. So just record-wise, in terms of gameplay, this team is beatable. It took a lot of big clutch moments to even get them as a 1 seed, to even get them here. We'll see if they can keep doing that, moving on. But I'm excited for this matchup. I'm excited for this draw. I have some hope for Cloud9. I have some faith in North America. North America stepped up in a big way in the group stages. They shocked people. They've been defying expectations the whole way. And I'm going to keep them going in the quarterfinals. I have Cloud9 making their second official ever semifinals at Worlds. Give me a 3-1 Cloud9 victory over Gen G. I'm taking the North Americans. I'm not done with them yet. I wouldn't be a North American fan if I had Cloud9 getting the easiest quarterfinals draw of the 4-1 seeds and losing it. We have to have them winning. Everyone calls me that I hate Cloud9, that I'm a Cloud9 hater, whatever. I never give enough credit, never give them enough faith. I always pick against them, and this time I'm going with them. So if they let me down the one time that I pick them, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. I'm going to be very, very upset, but I am taking them there. Now, they do have a winnable game here in the semifinals against RNG. Again, I think it is possible that they could beat RNG, but I'm not expecting it. I'm not taking them all the way to the finals. I hope they put up a good fight against RNG, but I do believe RNG has been one of the best performing teams of this tournament so far. I do believe, while they are beatable, I think that the LPL is a very, very good region. I think they have some very, very good, scary teams. I think RNG is going to show up big, and I think Cloud9 making it to the semifinals would ultimately be a very, very exciting, interesting storyline. Would be a great finish to their season. No shame in getting knocked out here. Give me RNG 3-1 over Cloud9. I got RNG in the finals against the winner of T1 and DK, where I think DK, again, two Korean teams. We've seen DK be better than them for pretty much the whole season. I don't see any reason why that would be different here. Give me DK 3-1 over T1 with DK going on to the finals, taking on RNG. Obviously, where I'm hoping we get a banger, I'm expecting a banger. LPL, LCK fighting it out. LCK has been better so far in this tournament, but The LPL is the reigning, and not even just the LPL, RNG is the reigning MSI champions. DK was the runners up there. So this would have a lot of storylines, a lot of history. This would be very, very interesting, very exciting, very, very fun. But I'm taking DK to get their revenge. I think right now Showmaker is the best player in the world. I think DK is the best team in the world. I think they are too consistent, too good, too hard to beat on a regular basis. But I think this will be an absolute banger of a series. 3-2. I'm taking Damwon Kia. We get some silver scrapes, but I'm taking them in the end. So that is it. That is my reaction to the quarterfinals draw. You know, we got to watch the draw show live. We got to see the bracket, take a look at what it's looking like. I think it's going to be fun. I think this was the best, most exciting, most interesting group stage of all time. Could be recency bias. I don't really know. But I think hopefully, you know, the quarterfinals and the knockout stage lives up to the excitement that we've seen so far. But we'll have to see.